Oh, 1 second, 1 second. My bad. Good evening. I've got I've got two computers going. I've got my phone on and I didn't mute everything. So I hope you can hear me. Good evening, everybody. It's great to have your company tonight. I'm Lisa from the brand Lisa Horton Crafts, and Pink Studio as always. I'm actually barefooted in a pair of shorts and I've got my fan on. So if the fan bothers you, please let me know and I will turn it off. But it is so warm today that honestly, I just had to bring it with me. So if it does bother you, let me know and I'll try and turn it away from the mic so it doesn't interrupt us. So please let me know if you can hear me okay. I'm pretty sure you can. Looking at my output, it seems to be fine. But let me know, okay? So good evening. Look, your busy night tonight, I think. I don't know if you're all inside because it's been so hot or if you've got your phones in the garden or what you're doing, but welcome. So, first one here tonight is Jenny Ranger. Good evening. Good evening, Lorraine Gower. Lisa. Good evening, Lisa and everyone. I don't know what I was thinking of in this heat, but I've done both the front and back gardens today. I feel totally exhausted. I'm not surprised. I have done I've been under the parasol working today. So, yeah, I've got a little bit of a mark. Not too much, though. So, sunscreen. Good evening, Tracy Smith. You've got COVID. Oh, goodness me. In this heat, that's not doing you any favours at all, is it? Good evening, Nancy Johnson from Northeast Ohio. Yeah, it's hot everywhere, isn't it? It's crazy. So, let me go down a little bit further. Good evening, Sally Ann Merriott and Emma Woods. Hello, Gaz. Nice to have your company tonight. Can't wait to see the reinkers. Hello, Fedugina. Welcome. Good evening, Jill Ball, Melanie Cinder Smith, Beth Ann from Mississippi. It's scalding here on the Isle of Wight. Gaz, whereabouts on the Isle of Wight are you? Because I used to live on the Isle of Wight, and I don't know if it's you I've had this conversation with before. But yeah, I'm an Isle of Wight girl. Well, I lived there for about 3 years. We came home because of family. But let me know where you live, Gaz. Not that I want to know where you live, Gaz, but you know what I mean. What town? I was in West Cowes. So were you anywhere near me? Were you? You might have been down. You might have been my neighbour for all I know. Good evening from very hot and sunny Waterlooville. Danny's down your neck of the woods today, actually. Well, he's a little bit further down. He's down towards Exeter. But obviously he's driven past Waterlooville because I used to live in Port Solent. So honestly, I get around. So good evening, good afternoon, good morning, Crafting Diva. Good morning, Josie Levy. I think it's good morning, and that's good morning, Crafty Becky. Good afternoon, Jill Ball. I'm going to turn that slightly because it's blowing my hair in my mouth. If you want me to move it, please tell me if it's bothering you. Good evening, Catherine France from Clarkston, Washington. Good evening, Kathy Grimes, Annette Frederick. So pleased to be home. The office is a sauna. I know, it's dreadful, isn't it? Mary Addison from the northeast of England. Good evening, Jane Hall, watching you on the big screen. Janet Fellows, I've been missing for a couple of weeks, so looking forward to tonight. Oh, lovely to have you back. Good evening, Sandra Cowie and Tina Foster and Valerie Cartwright and Julia Whedon and Jean-Claude McLean from the Isle of Wight. I think I've spoken to Jean-Claude about the Isle of Wight before. Good evening, Sharon Meredith, Sandra Cowie, Paula Greenfield. I've done that one already, I think. Lynn Freeson from Leicester. Oh, it's that bad. I'm just having a quiche for my tea, says Gaz. Gaz, I've got quiche for tea as well. Lily's got McDonald's. I've got quiche. She's having McDonald's because Dad's away. I'm having a quiche because it's too hot to eat anything stodgy, isn't it? Laurie Geetman from Pennsylvania. Good evening. Helen McLaughlin. Lovely to have your company. Nicola Atfield. As you know, everybody, I always say hello. I always spend 10 minutes saying hello to people because I think it's polite that you come to join me. I have a feeling it could be quite quiet tonight though, because I think everybody's just chilling and just trying to stay out of the sun and stay cool. Good evening, Lorraine Gower, Kathy Grimes, Marion Allen, Rebecca Townsend, Sheila Lewis, Shirley Wilson, Chris Wally, Crafting Diva. I've So that one, Pat Harmer, good evening, my darling. Good evening, Sheena Hoolin, Pippa Thomas Brass from a Hot Gospel. Wow, that's down that way as well, isn't it? Down near Waterlooville, isn't it? It is, I'm sure. Carol HG, Christine Dyer, Annette Frederick, thank you for my prize. You're very, very welcome. Roadrunner, thank God it's Friday. Absolutely. Laurie is asking Gads what kind of quiche she's having tonight. I'm having a quiche Lorraine, if anyone's interested. Kate Willie, missed you last week, Lisa. Friday doesn't seem right without you. Oh, honestly, it was difficult last week. I'll tell you all about that in a minute. Linda Longfellow, good morning, Linda. And you commented on my roses, didn't you? Aren't they lovely? They're looking so good at the minute. Karen Keane. Karen commented on the roses as well, and she's growing succulents. See, I keep, I can't try to keep abreast of everything. Jan Bailey, good evening. You can hear, I've got to the bit where Gaz says he can hear me. Good evening, Suzanne Ogg. Yeah, that was groovy, wasn't it? That noise that you heard. Deanna Brace from a very hot Lancaster. Good evening, Lorraine Saunders. Nice to have your company, darling. I know you're a busy girl at the moment. You sound great. The fan is not bothering. Yeah, I need that fan. I do need the fan. Thank you. Right, you're telling me you can hear me. Well, I mean, come on. You knew it was going to be a shark one, didn't you? Because it's Ninja. Have you noticed? I'm sure they colour coordinated it with my machine. Of course they didn't. But honestly, I could not have a green one, could I? That would be ridiculous. Andrew Withington, Nikki Macaroni. I love that. Right. You can hear the fan, but noise or not, you need that fan. Thank you very much. And it's okay, and it's so hot, you keep the fan on. Thank you very, very much, you lovely people. Ooh, a shark. I love their hoovers. I bet it gives some welly. Kate Willie, it gives a lot of welly. Now, that's on number one. I don't want to put it any higher, but I didn't know. I know we're not talking about our fans tonight, but it's got this thing on the front, and you lift it up and you put water somewhere and it can hose you or something. I don't know. All I know is it keeps me cool. Yeah, there's loads of you here. Linda Clark, Zoe Kane, Karen Minai, Zoe Montague, Dorothy Howe from County Durham, Anne Nash, Janet Fellows, Maura Keller from California, Chelsea Vista in California. Oh no, Lorraine's just been stung by a wasp. Careful, Lorraine. There's a lot of them out there at the moment, isn't there? We've got, I don't know if any of you know this story about the flying ants and seagulls. So, we love a seagull here at Lee Saltcrafts. Well, we certainly do in our house. And they come into the front door and they sit at the front door and they loaf. They tuck all their wings in, sit down. And when it's hot, they come sit and they tap their beak. And then Danny goes out with a little bit of cat food for them. They do like the tuna and salmon from Prudence's leftovers. But it's flying ant season. Now, flying ants are like a drug to seagulls. And it's like, sorry, I have to say, it's like they're stoned. They go all crazy, and there's notices that go out this time of year on the coast saying, please be careful when you're driving, because they literally, it's like they've taken something. They get high on flying ants. So be aware, if there's any seagulls around you, be careful. If they're acting very odd, it's because they've eaten too many ants. Useful information, not. Anyway, okay, there's lots of you here. Hannah Hicks said the fan's only bothering her because she can't feel it. Right, goodness me. Okay, so let's get cracking tonight. Jan Bailey's making, this is Fridays, you see. This is what happens on a Friday night. Jan Bailey is making a pizza from her new Ninja outdoor oven. Lily wants one. I just don't know where I'm going to put it. Jane, Jana, J. Marie Designed, I think that's you. Good morning in South Alabama, USA. Right. Will your glue pens be back in stock soon? They should be. Yeah, glue pens. When you say pens, do you mean You don't mean these, do you? You don't mean these for sure. You must mean these. If so, if they're not in stock, I'll speak to Danny and check on Monday if we haven't got any to get some ordered. Lynn Dial from Covington. Oh, hello, Lynn from Covington, GA. I love your products. Thank you for joining me tonight. Now, I've done all my talking and saying hellos. There's more of you down there, but I don't want to keep going. Hello, Deborah. Oh, we do need to catch up. We do. I keep saying it. We keep saying it. We definitely do. Okay, so going to watch a replay. There's lots of comments here I am missing, so I do apologies. Hannah only gets flying ants for a day. I hate the flying ants, but you know what? The seagulls are having a great fest out there, that's for sure. Okay, right. So what I'm going to do tonight is talk about a couple of things. So again, first things first, huge apologies I was not here last week. I was going to try and record the live in the car, and I said to Danny, because I was driving back, I said, can you record me while I'm driving? He was like, no, not doing that. You're not concentrating. I mean, the journey was about 3.5 hours away, so it wasn't in London. Question, I'll answer that in a second. Lorraine Gower, and a question from Kate Willie, I'll answer that as well. But yeah, so I was kind of the other side of the water going up a little bit. But I couldn't get back in time, and I didn't get a chance to record something because it was Lily's birthday the day before. However, it was a really, really, really eventful Friday. It was a really great meeting, very positive. So looking forward to some exciting things to come, and I'll leave that there. But apologies for last week. I do try and record a video for you normally, but I just didn't get a chance to do so. Okay, so a couple of other things. We have got a couple of new releases that have come out. So first of all, look at my scab. I hurt my arm the other day as well. It's really sore. We had our new composition dies. So what I might do actually, if I put the QR code on for the compositions, because I couldn't find them in the die category. It might be me, but I could find them if I typed in compositions. So we've got the new composition dies. If you didn't get yours, there's loads of inspiration in the group, okay? We've done set A, B, C, D, E, and F. So this is G, H, and I. I don't think I've got all of them with me. Have I got all of them with me? Actually, yes, I do have them with me. So I can show you them, and I'm going to open them and show you the dies inside. And then once we've done that, we're going to get on to going through these metallic reinkers. Now, just before I came live, my fingers are a little bit grubby because I did record a video. I've actually done a couple of videos now with them. I've got a reel as well for them, and I've got a reel for the compositions coming out. But we'll get into all of that shortly. So yes, Jason Ansell, you are late. What have you been up to? Why are you late tonight? You're never late. But welcome. So yeah, the compositions are fantastic. They have done really, really well. I know you like the first set of 6, so the second set is only a 3. Now, I didn't want to do more than 3 at a time. We have more, but finances being what they are, I don't think it's appropriate this time of year either. People are on holiday as well, and I haven't been on TV this month to be able to show you the inspiration. So yeah, I'm going to show you what's in the packages tonight with them, and then go into the group and get that inspiration because there's a ton of it out there. I have a reel on this one coming out tonight or tomorrow. Really cool. I've got a video that I've done on it as well coming out, so there's been lots for you to see. So let me just read these questions. Question, will you have the reinkers at the retreat? Yes, I will. Don't quote me on this. I'm sure Paola will be doing her Paola Creates, but I would imagine she will pick up reinkers in some guys, but in the shop we will have the reinkers there. Now, if something happens and we don't have them there, remember, you're there Saturday and Sunday, we are there Saturday and Sunday, so we can zip back home, pick up more stock if anything sells out. So never worry about that. Second question, QQQ. Am I bad for finding it funny how you was describing a pigeon getting high? Well, it gave me a tickle. Well, I don't know about the pigeons. It's definitely a seagull, though. But yes, I know, it's crazy, isn't it? They are funny things. They really are. Okay, now, oh my God, I can't, so many releases tempting me. Right. Also, the composition dies are featured. Let me just grab this. oops, let me just grab it, in the magazine. So if you haven't got your magazine, grab yours either from me or in your local supermarket. Tesco's, Asda, Morrison's, Waitrose, Co-op, WH Smith's, and some independents as well. I might have missed some. Sainsbury's, did I mention Sainsbury's? I think so. Anyway, so in the magazine as well, there is 5 cards of inspiration. I'm almost certain of, to keep you going as well. So there's those. But let's get back into the compositions and let me flick you over. First things first, because these are really important for you to see. I do find it's very difficult if I can't show you the products kind of on my desk. So the first one I'm going to show you is the G, and then we'll do H, then we'll do I. So pop those to one side for a moment. These have hit notions. They're already going out to retailers. So any international retailers, they are on their way if they haven't landed yet. I'm almost certain they have, though. We are doing notions commotion in my private group for retailers, for stockists, and we'll be doing 3 cards using these products. So look at the dies in the first one. Now I haven't got all of them out even. I'm going to bring out this. So if you're new to compositions, oh, thank you, Becky. I absolutely love your magazine and the stamps are wonderful and high quality as always. Thank you. Yeah, our quality is super good. I think we do try and maintain that because I don't want you to ever buy something and then go, well, this isn't quite Lisa quality. I really, really am pleased you're loving it. Really pleased. So let me just show you these. So this is the first one. Now I'm going to zoom you in a little bit. Let me make sure I'm on the right camera. Yeah, let me come in just a tad. Just a tad. Here we go. I'll move it down a little bit. Okay, bring that down. So you can see this nice and close up. Excuse my grubby fingers from the inky bits. So here you go. First 2 here. So just a little bit of almost like little sketches for you. So a couple of cards you can create. Flick over. Couple more. So start using them with the sketches if you want to, or you can go ahead and use them without. I love this. Look at that. It looks like little rosette, doesn't it? And you can obviously use some of the elements on their own. So let me just show you the elements you get in this one. Okay. Oh, thanks, Nan. She loves it as well, the magazine. That's great news. So don't forget, if you haven't, it is in your local supermarket. I'm really, really sorry if you are across the water. Unfortunately, it wasn't possible for Practical Publishing to get them into international stores because I think it was the tariffs that were causing them a few issues because of the products coming from China. So these are the compositions, and I've put the QR code up here. You can see that. You can scan that. That's for the bundle, but you can get them individually as well. So look at this. You get your outside frame, which keeps this centerpiece in the card. But then you can pop your piece in the middle to cut out the frame. And then you get your mat and layer that sits inside. So straight away, that can be a great card on its own. But also, what I love about this set is we can also take this. This is the piece from in the middle here. So you can directly cut that into the centre of your card. Or you can cut the edge out. So you can do both. So what you would do is you cut that one first, and then you'll cut this one after, so you can create your centerpiece as well. What we also included within that are these dies, which are, let me bring in the packaging again, which are kind of these flowers, these 4 flowers. So what you can then do is have the outline of them, or you can have the solid piece. So you can join them. I've got this one here actually. You can join them like so. Can you see that? So you can do your outside edges, or you can have your solid piece, or you can have both. See that? So pretty, really pretty. So you get those. This is in one set, and then you get a smaller version. And of course you get the same thing. So that's how you can start to create different elements. So that's the detail for you. Nancy, could you send them to scrapbooks.com? They should be on their way to scrapbook.com, Nancy, but they definitely are at Notions, which means some of the retailers have got them. I think Inky Stamper has them, I think, but they're definitely on their way, definitely. And I think they'll become even more popular with the stores when I do the Notions Commotion event at the end of the month. So they're definitely on their way. And then we got the leaves as well. So you get your solid leaf, and your detail, your solid and your detail, which you saw again on this. So very pretty. That's the larger one. And then we have the smaller one. Okay. Then we also have this piece here, which is your banner. And then if you cut it twice and then cut the hello into it, you can create this. But also, this cuts the letters out on its own. So you can use the hello on its own. Very, very cool. Okay. You then get these pieces. So you can use these in the centre. You can then pop your banner across the middle, and then you can use the second one. Or you could just use those pieces as a mat and layer. Sorry, I know I'm in close, but I just want you to see all the detail. See what I mean? That's like this on here. Okay. So that's really cool. So you can see where I'm going. You can see the amount of inspiration you've got and how many different ways you can use them. Now that's one set. I'm going to go through all three for you. I don't have finished samples here, but that's not a problem. The girls have posted a ton of samples in the group. So if any of you, I mean, you're all here tonight, I've seen. So if you want to share some of these for me, again, just to bump them up the page, that would be really useful. So that's that set. Now that set is set G. Pop that back in there. So you've kind of got your floral dies, you've got your kind of your matte and layer die, you've got sentiment die in that, you've got the flower centres in there, you've got a little banner in there. So it's going to give you a lot of opportunity for lots of different kind of cards. Let's get all those bits back in. So that's set G, and you can see on the back what you get there. Obviously on the front, I've given you an example, but on the back is the pieces that you get. So I really, really like that. Pop that one to one side. Let me move that up there. So I think, I want to say this is my favourite. You know, hang on, I'm just going to come back to you. You know when I have favourites and then the next one's my favourite? I really like this because I really like the unique design of this. Apologies, I'm so thirsty. But this one, I think, is great for waves and all sorts of things. I think it gives you a really lovely frame. Let's come back to camera 4 and you'll see what I mean. So this one I haven't been playing with so much. I haven't done a reel on this one yet. So this is all still beautifully packaged. So again, you get your inspiration. Design 1, design 2, turn over, design 3, design 4. So this is similar but different. So you've got different flowers, you've got different banners, you've got circles in here, you've got centres, you've got another sentiment in this one. And then you've got these gorgeous, gorgeous frames. What I love, let me look at that. Isn't that just cool? You get 3. So you get your 3 matte and layers with your stitches. So you could, let's remove that middle one. Hang on. Sorry, I've got no nails and they haven't recovered from the gel nails, so I've got to be careful. You've got a frame now, so you can create your own frame. You can create apertures with these. You can turn it this way. So if you've got, for example, let me do this. Let me just show you. If you've got that one, for example, say you've cut that one out and that's on your card. This one, you could cut that out and it could be like at an angle. So then that becomes like a hill. See what I mean? So start using these. Think outside the box. Just cut the edges off and use that as a hill or a cloud or whatever you want. That's great for Christmas as well. It could be a snowy corner. Really, really love this. Okay, I'm missing all the comments for the minute. But again, like I said, I love the fact that you can have this one and this one and create yourself a lovely frame as well. Let's bring that down again. Sorry, this is because I'm coming so close on the camera. So you can create that. Let me go out a little bit because I think that's what's confusing me a little bit. Let's come out. That's better. That's better. Be better for you guys as well. So you get that, obviously. Then you get, similar to what we kind of got here, you get the detail and the solid piece. So here you've got that gorgeous leaf. And then you get the detail leaf. So you can choose if you want just an outside edge or if you want to overlay these. Super cool. Then you've got your centre of your flowers because on the back here, look at that. So you think that was it. You know, that is enough. And so we turn it over and you get all of these pieces as well. And I love it because now This looks like sunshine. This looks like, I don't know, what they called, sunflowers. It could be daisies. You can shape these. Hi, Don Hibbard. Nice to see you here. Hi, Roberta. Sorry, I'm just catching up with all the comments as well. I love the composition dies. There's so much you can do with them. They are now in my basket. Hello, Lisa from Deborah Rutledge McKay. Welcome, welcome, Deborah. Loads of different ways to use them. Absolutely. Vicky Fowler, sorry I'm late. No worries at all. Lovely to have your company. And Vicky Fowler, lovely to have you here. Tennis, I know I'm competing with the tennis. I'm sorry. I'm interrupting your viewing. Anyway, so hopefully you can now see kind of the inspiration you get. Now, when you look at this one, you can see now how you can use those dies on the outside, or you can put the detail in. And I think if you use the outside, the yellow one, you could create lots of these, stick them to the card, and it will look like it's been embossed. If you did it on white, it would look fantastic. And again, just showing you all the elements you get. So good sized dies as well. So you're going to be able to use these. I'm going to bring in a piece of A6. Let me bring A6 so you get an idea of the size. So the largest one on an A6 card fits perfectly. You can absolutely fit it on an A6 card. So if you're using your ish card, you can cut everything out on your ish card as well, which is really cool. And these, I love these. Just love these on their own. Great tags as well. Perfect for Christmas. Absolutely perfect. So that is set H. That's your wavy frames. And then let me pop these back down because I don't want to lose these. Did that go there? I don't know. I'm just going to pop them back in the pack. Otherwise, I'm going to be faffing. And we haven't got to the metallics yet, have we? Which we're going to get to. And I'm going to show you those because they are just ridiculous. And we'll put that one back in there. Now, the next one is so cool. So cool. Hi, Jam Riley. You're in Spain. Very nice. Oh, I hope you're having a wonderful time. Hi, Ross B. Look at this. This is different. This is different. So, good grief, completely forgot the time. Hey, Johnson, where have you been? Have you been watching the tennis as well? This one, just cool, just cool, just cool. So, this one has got 2 sheets of dies. I'll show you that in a minute. So, you get the ability to do a lot with this one. How are you going to choose? I don't know. I think this is going to be what appeals to you. So we've got 5 designs on this one. So I've used some of the leaves to make this kind of rosette. We've got sentiment again in this one. We've got this cool background. We've got this great frame. We've got the insert pieces. We've got flowers again, different. So let me show you what you get. Okay. Honestly, aren't they, Gaz? They're such a cute set. Right. I know you want to see the reinkers. I will get there. I will get there. Right, got a lot to get through tonight. So again, you get your frame. You get your mat and layer. You get this frame as well. See that? And then you get your insets. It cuts into your card. Again, for that one, you get that. Turn it over. You get that cool shape. You then get this leaf again, which cuts the detail. And then you also get your solid leaf, which you'll see on here. You get the for you. You get a mat and layer for the for you as well. So you get a lot, okay? So you get all of these dies in this set. So you can build patterns with these as well. Very, very beautiful. So honestly, it is, it's up to you. But I really wanted to go through all of those with you because obviously you can see them. Hi, Rose. Don't worry about being late. We've just gone through the compositions. So you can, it's easy to look at a picture on Facebook and it's easy to see the packaging on the website. But until you see all of them together, you can't appreciate the size and what they are. So that's your 3 compositions now. So that's entirely up to you if you're interested in those. But aren't they just amazing? Right, the tennis has finished now. Right, hopefully, I waited to get to the metallics before the tennis. Right, what I am going to do, let's come back to you and talk to you. I'm going to do this because You're asking me every week now, every week about this. Now, obviously, this is UK. I found more. You're asking me about the storage. Let me put it on camera too. You're asking me about these. Sorry. This is what I got, and it was from Home Bargains, simply as £3. So when you ask where my brushes are stored, it's in one of these. Okay. I've now got the rest of them that were in the shelf at Eastbourne. They didn't have any more. However, go down the bathroom and the makeup aisle and you should find them. I just had to do it. I had to go and get them. And I thought I'm going to just bring one in and not take the stickers off and show you. Right. Next. Oh, the Ultimate 2 has landed. Not many, but because we had to ask for some to be air freighted in. So that will be, hopefully, the few we have should be going on the website in a week or two. I hope. I'm not bombarding everybody with stock. I'm just trying to do a little bit at a time. Okay, right. Just before we go into the reinkers, let's get the camera down. I've got these samples just quickly of the first one. So I bring you in here. This is of the first one. This is a stamp that is coming up. And again, so cool. And this one I've done for a TikTok. And again, this one as a stencil. Look at this, which I'll show you. So just a little bit of inspiration on just one of them. I will try and do some more on the others, but hopefully that gives you a little bit of an idea of what you can do. Okay, right, we're going to go into reinkers, and I'm now going to turn that camera out a bit. Right, here we go. You can see everything. Reinkers, this is what you've been waiting for, isn't it? Here's the box. Now, I've done mine already because we would have been here all night. What I've done is I've done what you do with all your reinkers. I've unscrewed that white top, taken the metal foil off, pop the other lid in, and then all I want you to do is what you would do with your interference. You hear that? And shake them. And you mix this gorgeous pigment in with the dye. Okay, I'm going to show you something, and I'm going to show you why you need to do that. Now, I've used these. Now, who would have guessed they would have been my first 3 colours to pick? Who would have known, eh? So let's bring in some black and white cardstock. It's some black card. Wow, so many dyes in each set, Lisa. Yeah, there are. There's such good value. And, you know, when you first look at the price point, you think, oh, they're quite pricey for dyes. Well, no, they're not when you actually see what's in there. And that's why I really wanted to show you. Okay. So, got black and white cardstock. I'm just going to, Lexi. You wanted to see interference, didn't you? I remembered that. So, hang around, Lexi. I will show you interference. I will show you a reinker. And I will show you let me find no, there's Swift Dry. No, hang on. Let me just find a interference so you can see how they work. Apologies, bear with me. Let me bring this one in. Okay, so I'm going to show you this as well. I do have reinkers, which I can show you also. Let's do that as well. Now, I'm going to pop those to one side just so I don't forget to show you, Lexi. Now, first thing to say about these is they are ridiculously pigmented. I've got a brush here. And again, I'm going to come out even further because I'm going to have to move a bit over here. Now, this brush, I was doing a video earlier. And you'll probably see some repeats on the video compared to what I'm doing now. But what I do need to do is just clean my brush because I kind of left it lastminute.com before I finished the video and came live. So I'm just making sure I take off as much of this colour as I can. And also that I do it for, I do it from the paintbrush as well. Now this paintbrush is probably the least useful one that I've got in the world, but it's the only one I've got at the moment. Paola is doing some amazing work behind the scenes, bringing us in some really good quality paintbrushes, very useful, and there'll be a few months yet, but it's going to be lovely to see them. Okay, so obviously there's still some colour on here, but do not worry. Now, I've got to be careful because I haven't got a mat on my desk. I'm thinking I might bring my mat out. If we're going to do this, let's do this properly. Let's not be silly about it. Right. So I'm going to shift this to one side. I'll do it face camera so you can see what I'm doing. I'm bringing in this mat. This was for Leonie because I didn't trust her on my desk. Rightly so, to be fair. However, I'm going to use it today. Now, it's just a piece of plastic for covering, but it's going to save my life if I spill anything. All right, so let's make sure we're good and we'll come back. Okay, so I'm happy now. Move our hoover. Right, white cardstock and black cardstock. Reinkers. What do you normally think of a reinker for? You'd think of them for opening your ink pad and adding some ink. Now, I've done a video where I show you how to re-ink this, okay? You can see now there is no kind of spare ink on here sitting on the top. But when I do this, let me shake this, just so the pigment mixes. Goodness me, this helps my bingo wings. And to re-ink, all I do, Paola is a lot better at this than me, as are many others. I'm a bit of a let's dot the ink around kind of girl. And then I sometimes get a credit card and then I will literally like move it around, or I get a palette knife and move it around. However, when I showed it earlier on my video, which will come out, it looked like this. So it had these dots, but the dots will disappear. So they will all just disappear in time. So that's literally how I do it. But I do like kind of rub it in a little bit I actually use my Cricut thingy and I just move it around a bit. Even if I move it, you can still see it's there, but I just kind of push it into the card a bit, but into the foam. But honestly, it will be fine if you just leave it. Okay, so that's all I do for re-inking. Other people do it in different ways, but you know, it works for me, so I'm happy with it. Okay, now let's look at these colours. So the three colours I've got here, let's do this. This is Sunshine, which is obviously the yellow. And then we've got the Love Struck, which is that pink, and then the blue. Now, I stored these upside down stupidly. So if you don't want them to leak into your lid, do not store them upside down. But if you want to and you're not bothered, it's fine. Okay. Don't worry about being late, anybody. I'm just kind of cracking on with it now. So there's lots of comments here. Goodness me, I've missed a ton of comments. I'm so sorry. Let me just check. I've just got to the bit where it says you're shopping at B&M. Somebody's going to be clearing the B&M shelves, I think. What is that shark thing on your desk, Roberta? Let me just show you, Roberta. It's my fan. It's my fan. I just happened to get one in green and it's really quiet and it really helps me. So, because it's so hot in here tonight. Right. So let's dive back into this. So I've shown you three colours. Now I'm also going to show you a couple of the other colours. We've got all the colours that are in the set. Now when we look at the set, we have Ultraviolet, Coastline, Mojito, Sunshine, Love Struck, Verdigris, Fool's Gold, Pumpkin, Bronze and Titanium. So let's have a look. So here is the Titanium. All the colours are here if you want to re-ink. I don't think you need to re-ink for a while. However, if you want to, you can. So Titanium, Ultraviolet, Fool's Gold, Bronze. That's going to be Mojito. Mojito, Verdigris, and Pumpkin. Okay, so all of them are beautiful colours. All of them are beautiful colours. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some of these colours and how I use them. And what I love love is how you can literally create a background in seconds. So again, look, this one I haven't mixed. Loosen that ball bearing, okay? Takes a minute. Can you hear that? I'm trying to be quiet. You probably hear my fan more than that. So I'm going to show you this one, and then I'm going to show you one that I haven't mixed, okay? Right, so there's your verdigris. The ones here haven't been mixed. None of these have been mixed, okay? So that's what I'm going to show you. And I think I'm going to show you with the purple. So take these out of the way and let's have a look what happens. Now, I've not shaken this. All the pigment is at the bottom. So when I place this on here, yes, it's purple. Absolutely, it's purple. When I place it on the white card, yes, it's purple. When I place this on the black card, you watch what happens. Sorry, and I'm piling the colour on here. Can you see you don't get much of a shimmer? Because what you've got here is just the dye. You haven't got much of the pigment. Even on here, you're not getting the sparkle. Can you see that? You might get a little bit. There you go. But you're not getting as much as you would if you'd mixed it. So make sure you please mix your reinkers. So I'm going to mix this one now and show you the difference. Goodness me, my bingo wings are going to be disappearing. So remember to do this. It's really important you do this. And I know you won't want to do it, but unfortunately, gravity can't do anything about it. Gravity is going to push all of that pigment to the bottom. Okay, good shake. I can see the pigment already. I can see the shine on that already, which is, oh God, that's lovely. Let's move this over here. So let's bring back that white card. I'm going to pop this down here. It even goes on smoother. Let's leave that. And let's come back with this black card. I'll put some more on. Let's cover over here now. Let's see if we can make that more vibrant. When I do that now, right, even though it's not dry yet, can you see the difference? Straight away. And you can actually see it drying before your eyes. Give that a little waft. In my fan. Turn my fan up one just to dry that for you. You can see me while I'm doing that. All I'm doing is in front of my fan, just giving it a little dry. That's it. Oh, hang on. Turn it right down again. There we go. So now, oh, go back to 4. Sorry, multitasking. Look at that. So that's what you get once you've dried it. Now on the white, oh, let's get that. Try and get that because I haven't dried it yet. But can you see now? There we go. So that is your colour. Okay. I only bought the reinkers due to the multiple ways of using them. Jason's reinked his pads. Roberta S. Nice. Thank you for showing. I thought you might have been cooling the snack. There's loads of comments here. You can't store them upside down so the pigment goes to the tip. Then you could store them upside down. The problem being is you get all that pigment will clog that nozzle as well. So there you go. That's just the reinkers as they are. Now, of course, you can paint with them. But remember, the reinkers are slightly different because they're made out of a different... they're not paint as such. So when I put this down, look, you'll see what I mean. So I put that down and I get my water. What I am going to do is get another piece of card so I don't spray everywhere because of that fan. And I'm going to literally do that. Look, so it doesn't disperse because of the properties of the ink. But what you can do is you can mix it like so. There we are. So now that becomes a paint. Sticking with the purple, it's now a beautiful paint. Obviously, it's going to be a more diluted colour, but when you see this dry, I think you're going to be quite surprised. The other thing you need to remember about a reinker is you can mix your colours. That's what the game changer of this is. Now here, I'm just going to try and clean this brush off a little bit because I haven't got a pot, which was really stupid, wasn't it? Really stupid. Knowing I was doing this, I didn't bring a pot in. Danny's not even in the vicinity, so I can't even shout Danny. Right, that's that. So, oh no, I've got to clean that off. Let me clean this off. 1 second. Take that off because I want to change the colour up in a minute. And I bet I haven't got any tissue either. I'm really disorganised, aren't I? I'm not normally. I've normally got... Who's done that? Who has done that? That I do not do. Anyway, let's not talk about that. So what you can do with these is mix your colours. So if I take the yellow, drop some yellow on, see the consistency again? And then we add blue in the middle of this yellow, just a drop. Okay, like so. And let me show you the blue here. See the blue there? Looks quite dark because it's intense concentrate. And the yellow here. So you can see they are beautiful, beautiful colours. What I don't want to do is use my brush for that one. I'll use another brush. So you can see now if I move that, you've got that beautiful blue. Okay, I'm not going to do the yellow because you can see that's yellow. Right. So now I can take my brush and I can mix these together. And we've now got a green. Look at that. So now what we can do is still have the metallic element because it's all metallic. Look, and even that, when you dilute it, it's still highly pigmented. How ridiculously gorgeous is this? So that's yellow and blue mixed together. Here we go. But when you hold it one way, it looks kind of yellow. But when I put it here, it's green. It's definitely green. But you can see, because it's a thicker texture, I can put a little bit of water on there. And I can mix it up if I want to. Keep an eye on the time, guys, for you. Look at that. Very, very beautiful. So you're still going to get the tones coming through. Look, how phenomenal is that? Guys, they are just ridiculously good. So good. So all we've really done at the moment is I've shown you, how you can paint with them. And you can see that. You can see that clear as day, can't you? Just really cool. So let's pop those. Oh, I might have to put them on the floor for now. Let me bring some more card in. Bring some black and white. And hang on, make sure I've got some. And we're going to do something else. Now I'm going to wipe this green off with that tiny bit of tissue I've got, which is getting smaller by the second. Let's see what we can do. Let's clean that bit off. Okay. And what I'll do is I'm going to pick the yellow. And I'm going to go yellow, 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 yellow. Look at that. Can you see the gloopiness of it? I'm going to pick the pink. There we are. And I'm going to pick the verdigris, which we've just mixed. I love this colour. I just love this colour. It's like a teal, but it's so beautiful. probably over-egged that, but you know, it's fine. And when I put that underneath the black, you can see the metallic element of it, can't you? On the white, you see the colour, but on the black, you see the metallic element. Do that like so. And then there's so many comments. I'm missing so much here, apologies. And I'm literally going to mix like so. Now my colour palette might be a little bit off because I'll probably get a lot of green going on, a lot of green. But you'll see now, we've now got another colour. So it doesn't really matter what you use, but look at that already. See that shine? So if you're on the fence, I'm hoping this is giving you a little bit of inspiration. Now what you can do to create a background, you can leave it like that. You can mix it a little bit more. You can add a little bit more water, but you do need to kind of see what I'm doing, moving it all around. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm just going to right, so can you start to see the pattern? And what you would do, obviously this is me just practicing. You can sit and spend a lot more time. You can pick your colours and all sorts. So I mix all that in, not too much water. I'm just going to hop off here and take some of that, leave that green there. And then you can come back in again and you can create a beautiful background. So this sometimes, if you're not into messy crafting, this can make it a lot less painful, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm just going to mop this little bit here. I'm going to wipe this off for now, just so you can see. So always have an old acrylic block. So look at that, already it's not even dry yet. Now that straight away is an under the sea scene, isn't it? Even that way. That looks like a fish up there, doesn't it? So that's using 3 of the colours. So that's on black cards. You know what it's like on white card. You've seen it. You've seen these colours on white. But on black, how phenomenal. How phenomenal. And don't forget, do you remember the video I did? Let me see if I can. I don't want to do it, but let me grab a folder. So if you get an embossing folder, let me get this one. I'm not going to do it because I haven't got the space. Now this one, you're going to go to the deboss side, okay? So the side that is pushing into the card. Put some of your reinker on here, add a little bit of water and fill all these wells with colour. Put your card inside, shut it down and run it through. You will get some really arty backgrounds, really arty. They look like aliens in space. Could be. But can you see what I mean about the potential just from using them just like that? So don't always think of your reinkers simply for using as a reinker. Also think about things like, do you have a gel paste which dries clear, whether it dries matte or whether it dries glossy? If it's clear, add your reinkers. Adding your reinkers is going to give you the dimension of the gel paste when it dries, but it's going to give you that shimmer of the metallics, which is super cool. If you use something like, I don't know, maybe you're going to use a gesso, for example. If you use a gesso, you can still do it. You'll lose the shine because the gesso is opaque. It's like an opaque white generally, or black, whatever it may be. But you'll lose the shimmer because the opacity will take away the shine, but you'll still get the colour. So if you want to colour your paste, you can do that as well. I dropped those on the floor, didn't I? Sorry. If you want to paint with them, paint with them. So all you need to do here, look at that. The colours are just ridiculous. Even that one that was just a little splat of ink, you can still see the shine coming off of that, can't you? Sorry, I moved my TV, so I'm having to look over there to see you. But I'm hoping you're getting an idea of what they work. Send me the reinkers, Lisa, so I can try on all my Lisa Horton embossing folders. Honestly, they're going to be fantastic. The colours are beautiful. I did get asked, would I do them individually? I can't get the price point if I do them, because I have to have a certain amount of reinkers. So I can't just say I want 500 of that one, 200 of that one, 300 of that one. I can't. So the most cost effective way is to do it together. And we've done it in a way that we sold the ink pads. So hopefully if you've got the ink pads, you'll want the reinkers. Or you might not even have the ink pads yet, but you're thinking, maybe I'll try the reinkers because they're going to last me forever. So let's have a look at the comments. Sarah Nielsen is mega late to the party. Yes, you are, Sarah Nielsen. Oh no. Shut up. That is everything. Guys, honestly, if you start mixing some of these colours together, the combinations that you get, let me show you some samples. Excuse the state of me. It's so hot. I do really apologise. I really apologise. I'm going to push this forward a little bit and then I'm going to bring you to the overhead again. So I was playing with these, and again, you'll see this in the video when I get to upload it and edit it. And you'll see here, sorry about the map, but I'm going to leave that down for now, okay? So let's start looking at this one. You know when I did that thing where we just went down on the black card, do it on the white card. Look at that. I mean, come on. It's just beautiful. I might do that for you in just a second. I will do it actually. So sorry for the shouting. Don't worry, guys. I need it all, says Suze. They look like aliens in space. I saw that one, fab and funky, so versatile. Love the colours, must get these. Nancy, cool. Send me the ring because I saw that bit. Sorry, I'm miles behind. Black card on black card, cover with gel medium gloss when dry. The black card looks like leather. Oh wow, okay. QQ Kate, let me just switch that QR code for you, and that will give you a link to them because I don't know the answer to the price. You really don't need the pads to create with. You can use the ring because you absolutely can. You absolutely can. So I'm going to show you this one in a second, and we'll do one on white, okay? But look, so not that one, obviously. Again, I picked yellow, pink, and blue here. There we are. I'll show you what doesn't work as well in a second. That very beautiful. Very beautiful. What I did also is one of them, I mixed it with our sparkle sprays. I love that. Let me see if I get the shine on that one. See, that's like when you get to the excess and you're like kind of mopping up, you lose some of the shimmer. Hey, don't apologise for how you might look. It's fine. Actually, we're grateful for you presenting. Oh, thank you so much. It's very kind of you. Thank you. It's so hot though. It's just so hot. This is like a really light. This is kind of towards the end of the mopping up while I was running out. But again, look, if you've got a piece of black card, your background straight away. Let me move that out of the way for a second. Your background straight away. Isn't that cool? Think about those composition dies. Think about any of those shapes that you can cut out straight away by creating some of these backgrounds. And again, look at that. Just die cut that out. Look, if I just grab, this one, like if you cut that out, that's going to be ridiculously lovely, isn't it? Hang on, where's that one? Just cut that piece. Just that piece on your card. Wow. Just wow. Honestly, just mind-blowingly good. This is so me, right? This, I don't want to use it because I love this so much. All I did is I got the colours, I did all this splatting around, and then I had the little bit left. I just mixed it all together, popped a bit of water on there, and I just went, you can see, look, you can see the shape. Look at that. So you get, again, black card. That on a card, very arty, sentiment down the bottom. Really, really cool. Really cool. I mean, what can I say? You can see this is more muted because that's kind of running out of colour. Here, again, there's nothing. There's almost nothing. But you might see, like, in the corners here and a few little spots. There is a little bit of colour there, but again, just a little mottled background. Again, I was practicing with my colours, you can see. but you can see now just cutting. I mean, obviously that's not big enough, but you see where I'm going with all of these. This one was sparkle spray, and then I had a little bit of the purple left over, and instead of spraying with water, I sprayed with sparkle spray. Bonkers, bonkers. Hello. And again, you can see it was just those 3 colours I initially used. Again, my practice, but this is the one I did in the video. Look, just here, look at that. Pink and yellow. Just what can I say? I don't know what to say. They're just phenomenal. So let me show you how I kind of did this one, if you like. It's really easy, super, super, super easy, and it's going to give you a clever result. I really like doing this. I like kind of not over egging the ink sometimes. So let's come back with this, and let me just show you this, because I think it's really important you see that. And then I'm going to show Lexi the interference as well, because interference does the same thing. Let's mix some interference in with the metallics. Why not? It's going to give you just a great result. Let's get some more of that cardstock. I love being in this studio, you know, because I got access to everything. I can literally lean and grab anything I need. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to show you, for those of you who don't know interference, I'm going to show you interference. Let's just use this piece of white card, and let's use a piece of black. Actually, if I've got a spare bit here, let's just turn this piece over just so you see what interference does. Magic in a bottle. Magic. I can't even begin to tell you. That is called ripe mango. This is called Tropical Paradise. Right. Again, Tropical Paradise is a reinker, has got the pigment at the bottom. Look, see the difference there? Bang. Shake. Right, shake. This is going to blow your mind. So if you haven't seen our interference inks, they have the metallic element, but they change colour. Some people want changing colour, some people don't want changing colour, hence having both. Just looking for a brush, guys. Just looking for a brush. This is pink, pinky pink. Okay. So keep brushes separate for these and for your matte blending. So let's bring that pink in. This is possibly my favourite colour of the interference. This is Tropical Paradise. Now, I've got a little bit of overspill because I shook it so hard. Just give it a little wipe and you're done. Okay. Now, leave that there. So this is pink, yeah? So we take that pink and we put it here. Glorious. Take that pink, we're going to put it here. I'll move that out of the way. I think you can see it already. This is what interference ink does. Pink. Let me wiggle that. Same ink pad. Same ink pad. I've used interference on both sides of vellum and they dry fine with a bit of a boost from a heat tool. Sorry, was that a question I missed again? Mixed Media by Sana. Oh, it might be worth going back a little bit, Sana, and seeing at the beginning of the reinkers. Hi, Lisa Jenkins. Lovely to have your company. Right, so hopefully you can see what an interference does. Same with the ink pads, Lexi. So you can pop, so this is yellow, ripe mango. So you open it, it's going to be yellow. You can, all that pigment in there, you can see that. And then if I use that here, you can see that. See the shine? And I'm going to pop it here for you. Oh, that's better. Just need that to dry for a second because I popped too much ink and I tried to spread it out and I made it worse. Let me pop the ink pad back though, so I don't lose it. So now, can you see that yellow's drying? You see that shine coming through? And that yellow is green, but you can see I've put a lot of ink on there, a lot of ink. Okay. Hi Tina, no worries. You can catch up when you can catch up for the beginning a bit later. There you go. So that is how an interference ink pad works. So the beauty of that is you can mix them. You can mix them with your black and white cardstock, and you can mix them with your metallics because they've still got that shimmer. So let me show you. So on the white card I was going to show you, wasn't I? So I'm actually going to put a little bit of that pink on here. So we'll pop a little bit of that pink here. Pop quite a lot on there, to be fair. That was a lot. Doesn't matter. And then I'm going to pop some yellow. And this is metallic. So we've got interference and metallic mixed. You can see the different consistency, can't you? This was designed for us because I wanted to bring out some, I wanted the shine to be on the surface, and what was happening before, it was kind of drying down, and I didn't want it drying down. I wanted it to keep sitting. And I think we've managed to get it sitting really well. So now I'm going to bring in a little bit of the blue, which is the coastline. I'm not going to have a lot of the blue because I don't want it to turn green. Because remember, what's going to happen is when these mix together, look, I don't know if you can see that straight away. Let me see if I can put white underneath that so you can see what's happened there. So that blue went into the pink. It's now gone purple. This is what happens. This is exactly what happens. So we're going to add a little bit of water. There we are. You can see that the interference moves more. The metallic doesn't move as much. Now this brush is filthy. I'm very sorry. There we are. Here we go. And all you do is that. If I bring in my card again, now I wonder what colour this is going to end up. Wow. It's got blue in that. But it's grey and brown. See that? Bonkers. That's the interference coming through. So all I would do now is you can move this around a bit. Look at that. Move that around a bit. You can see that blue is kind of not moving so much. So again, you pick your colours better than me. And all I'm going to do is take that and I'm going to pop that down like so. That's going to be nice. Look at that. You see that? You're going to get the splodges of the yellow, but obviously they're gold. So I'm just going to clean this one off while we're just waiting. That's gone really blue now. Very pretty. And when you go over the top of another colour, it's going to change it again. Just delicious. So lift that off. And that's how you do it. I mean, that's a good one. That's a good one. So that's how we did something like this. But this one, you can see there was some more water around the edge, and we'll get that on the second pass. So you can leave that one now to dry. But the interference is coming out of that beautifully because it's mixing with the other colours. So what I do is dab a little bit that I don't want to turn too muddy. Love that. There you go. That's that. Crazy good. Crazy good. Oh, somebody's saying, is anyone going to Doncaster tomorrow? Certainly not me because it's miles away, but it's normally a great show. So look, all we're going to do is take another piece of white card, bit of yellow there, just splash that out a bit. And then this is where you get the softer look. So if you want it soft, just use your, I love that. Leave that little bit there. Don't push into it too much. Let it do its thing. Let that ink drink into that cardstock. So it was soaked straight in there. And I'll lift that up. And then I can go back if I want to. I can pick up some of that ink from there and I can see what I'm doing. And then I can splodge that down a little bit more. So now you've got a really, really cool background yet again. When that dries, you're still going to get that shimmer come through. It's not like you're not going to get shimmer, but it will be more gentle. Like I was showing you some of the others. You get some shimmer, but not all shimmer. But let me see if I can hopefully you'll start to see some of it coming through, but it needs to dry. So just from using the reinkers, I mean, look at that now. Isn't that amazing? So can you see how this happens and how beautiful it is? You could get a sentiment just across there. You could mat that and layer that on black cardstock, just like so. Just that, you could, that's like a designer paper, isn't it? Look, there we are. Very, very cool. So again, you can use this on watercolor card. Just going to look at some of the comments. My desk is getting a bit messy. Can you see my desk? Yes, you can. It is a stunning shimmer. Don't usually watch on Facebook. It's quieter on it is quieter on Facebook. YouTube seems to be the place where people go to watch. And also there is the tennis tonight, and people are having later dinner because it's nice weather, isn't it? So I'm hoping that's given you a little insight into like the reinkers and what you can do with them. I think they're phenomenal. You get 10 in a pack. There, scan that QR code just there, and you can grab yours. If you're a club member, 10, 12, 15% off of yours. Love it because when you use them, when you finish with them, they all fit lovely, lovely back in your box. Let me pop these in nicely. So if you've got any that are a bit messy, shove them in your box like so. Seal that down on the shelf. All done. All done. So that's it for tonight, I think. Is there any questions? Any questions? I think I covered quite a bit tonight, didn't I? Yeah, stamping blocks. Do you know what? You can, honestly, you can do it with anything you like. You can just have it something, you just need something quite thick that you can get your hands onto, because otherwise when you pick it up, you get quite messy. But other than that, anything you've got that has got kind of that texture, it'd be great. If you've got a piece of acrylic somewhere, it'll be fine. I think I've covered it all. Right, so I haven't got any winners tonight because I have no Danny. However, I will go and pick a couple of winners after the show and do a random generator. So please keep commenting, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're on YouTube, and I will pick the winner. I'll say around 9 p.m. to give people a chance to catch up and like and share the show. So thank you, everybody. New stencils, Sandra. Have I got new stencils? Yes, I have got new stencils. Roberta, acetate does work too. So before I go, what you can do is put your ink on the acetate, but you can bend the acetate so you don't get the harsh line. You can bend it and you can put the colour wherever you want it. Good call, Roberta. So Roadrunner, thank you very much. I don't think I've missed anything. I will go back and have a look at the comments as well, but don't forget your dies. Oops, I've got to lean over here. So you've got your 3 dies, you've got the G, the H and the I. These are your composition dies. If you can't find them, just type in compositions in the search bar and you can grab these. They are on their way to they are at Notions. I know they are because I know Inky Stamper has them already. So Simon Says has them as well. I'm almost certain Simon Says Stamp has these. So Nancy, check Simon Says as well because I'm sure they've got them as well. Yeah, I'm back next Friday. I'm live on Tuesday. I'm hoping to be live on Tuesday while Claire's having some downtime. But if not, there will be a video for you. I'll do something. I'll make sure there's content on Tuesday. And yeah, have a great weekend, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the tennis, those of you watching. Any questions about the reinkers, please go into the group and leave a comment, and one of the girls, myself included, we will try and answer best we can. So have a good one, everybody, and I will see you next week. Take care. Bye. Bye.